Okay, so first I have applied my moisturizer and lip balm, the Lano Lips for Lips PHA Moisture Renewal Power Cream from GLOSSIER X. I really like the moisturizer. Oops. I tried the the priming moisturizer from Glossier, and I don't know, it was just like it was okay. It didn't really do much. So now I'm going to apply the skin tint in dark. I'm still in debate if I want to order the medium, just because dark sometimes it gives me that orange-ish tint, and it looks like the medium is really light. So I mean, I've seen people complain about this before already, that they need a in-between shade of that. And first time I used my hands, most of it was like on the palms, not the palm, on my fingers. So I started using a synthetic brush, and it worked better for me. So yeah. And what I do is I either put it on the brush or on my face. It doesn't really matter. So this one just gives me really thin evening out. I mean, it's supposed to be just like a, I don't even know. Okay, so this is without anything. As you can see, my face is lighter than my neck, like just a bit, not too much. So that's why I don't know if I should. So can you see a difference? I mean, I can. Like, I'm so sorry, that shook a little bit. It's a bit more, like, the color is a bit more close to my neck, but it's just the tone to me. The tone is, I like it. Like, it gives me a bit of, like, not too dead looking. And, yeah. So, I mean, oops. I don't know how to describe it. It just gives me sort of like a, so I guess I will keep this color, a glow, and also like a little bit more, just a really tint of evening out. But yeah, because I use, like, for BB cream, that's what I use when I'm no makeup days, and that's still like too thick in my opinion, because I use the Misha, the one in the red packaging with a pump, because it has like a, they have more colors in that BB cream. I mean, you can
and I was gonna get the cloud paint as well, but then the review said that sometimes the amount of product in there is like less than what it's supposed to be. Like, well, I don't want to take a chance of getting a bad batch or something.
Eyebrow, I'm gonna use my black and my X pencil first, and then the boy brow. Okay, that's almost, I'm gonna fix it for now. And their concealer is, I would say, light to medium, and I really like how it's like dewy, because my under eye is crazy. Sometimes it can get really dry. So but you can layer it, and it blends really well to the skin, which is what I really like about it. The color I'm using is medium. I also have the dark for like the face, but I find that medium kind of works well also. But I have really dark, as you can see, inner corners here, and to me, I just feel like I just don't like seeing them. I just don't. So I do need a corrector, because like I said, it is buildable, but it's still light to medium. Like, I don't think it could ever be a full. So corrector, like a bit, because I don't want it to cake up my corrector. And like the stretch concealer isn't cakey, but if I put too much corrector and then the concealer, it does look cakey to me. That is an airplane, if you can hear that. I'm not even that close to the airport. Like, you just pass by it, I guess. And I'm also gonna put a corrector to lighten up this pimple spot I have here. It's like the after of the pimple, like the mark that I left. So just lighten it. And with the concealer, I found that the finger worked best because it helped it really blend in. I used a brush first and then my finger and then with the beauty blender, and it was still too much. Like, it was caking up. But when I do my straight from my finger, it blends so much better. But for spots, I do use a tiny brush, just so it doesn't get all over the place. Okay. So eyes. And this is a concealer in medium. I just put it straight there, like how I did my corrector inner part, and then spread it out. And I don't really put concealer all the way up here. Like, I start here from the bottom, and whatever's left, I'll like spread it out. But I concentrate it like more on this area, like under this bag line right there. Honestly, it's so hard to look natural. I'm not even kidding. It's so hard. It's been the struggle for me lately. Like, I want to look natural, but these eye bags, well, not eye bags, my dark circle is not letting me. Because then it's gonna look too like white on the eyes and then natural on the face. Like, that's also a really ugly look. So I still think that's too much, honestly. That's why sometimes I don't use a corrector, because it's too bright under there that it doesn't look natural anymore. That's why I concentrate the corrector only on the inner part, not on the outer. Sides of my nose, because that skin tint is just run all over, sort of Eve, but not really like covering anything like at all. Like, zero coverage. There's light coverage, there's zero coverage. That's a skin tint. There's a very sheer tint to the face. That's what it is. But I really like it. Odd green. Very odd. And I don't know where my beauty blender is right now. After that, I usually use my beauty blender before I set it, but I cannot find it for the life of me right now. I'm gonna try to blend it more or setting. This concealer, I know some people don't like to set it, but it's just so dewy for me that I have to set it. And with a very light powder though, I use the number 7 translucent perfect light. I really like this powder. They have this in loose also, but it's just easier to carry on the pressed. And I use this Real Techniques, it's a contour brush like from that set, but it's perfect for my under eye. So I do that, then I'll like dab off the excess. It's a very light powder and it's so good. I really like this powder. It's holy grail status. And if you like the whole baking thing, I don't think, I mean, you can with like the loose powder, but I think it's so thin that it's better to just use a brush and do this like type of method with it. But you can if you want to. I say you can't. And I know this powder has hyaluronic acid in it, so it's not drying, I find, to my under eye, because I've used so much. I used to use the Cover FX. I really like it. Like, it's very good for baking, but it's just drying. Also, the Too Faced. The Too Faced actually gave me flashback. And I'll just spread whatever's left, like, around here. And whatchamacallit? What else? Oh, Air Splend. That one is super drying. I've tried a lot. So far, this is what I like. If you're interested, I have a powder, like a bunch of powder comparisons and review on my blog, which I'll list below. But then again, to me, makeup, it's like everyone has to try different things that work out for them. Like, you can't just rely on a person's like, oh yeah, I did this and this worked for me. Like, to me, it's just so different, you know? Because sometimes stuff doesn't work on people and it works for me. Okay, enough jibber jabber. And then close this up before it gets dry. Like, to me, this is already like I look like I got makeup on. It's a thing, like, I don't know what's with my face that I always just look like I got makeup on, even if I'm trying to not have a makeup-y look. You know what I mean? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Okay, and then for my eyes, I'm gonna use an NYX just eyeliner on the corners of my eyes, and then spread it out like for a very thin wing before I move on to highlight. This is a shading brush, probably from Real Techniques, but I just okay. Now I'm going to use the haloscope in quartz. This
But I mean, it doesn't even like dewy, you know? But I wonder if the Medicaid chill.
I'll fix my hair in a bit. Don't worry. Again, I have the Lano Lips, the original. I'm first going to put on Cake. When I find it. I actually, because I always would blot my lips, like with lipstick. I put a liquid lipstick. My favorite is the Wet n Wild, I forgot the color. I don't have it with me, but it's brown. I'll list it down below. I'll put it on and then blot it, and this is so much easier, obviously, because it's already like that. And they reformulated this, so I didn't have the original, but I really like this. It smells like roses. There's that rose scent. So this is one layer of Cake. Like, is it even obvious, like, on the camera? Like, in the mirror, I can sort of tell. It's, that's the color. But obviously not like that on my lips. Very light version of it. So, warm nude. Like, this is the color on the tube. And then on my lips, it's basically like the same color as my lips, but more, and just a touch more rosy. Like, now I'm gonna use Leo. Like this, very dark brown, and on my lips, it is like that tint of dark brown, but like, again, like a blotted dark brown. This is Leo. I'll take pics and put in my blog. But yeah, I like this. I like all of them, but like is the one that I wear the most. So yeah, I think that's it. And I'll insert my pictures below on my blog just so you can get more a clear overall, I guess. But yeah, thanks for watching. Okay, so this is gonna be like a check-in. I put my makeup on around 1 today p.m. and it's 8. I don't know. This is gonna show 8:02 p.m. so about 7 hours ish. And this is how it looks. The skin tint still looks about the same, I'd say, and I had no primer on, and the concealer as well. But like I said, it's a very thin concealer, but I still like the way it looks, you know. And I ran some errands today also, so that's that.